Hey everyone, Professor Baldwin here. Today we're going to use the method of elimination to solve a system of linear equations. And then we'll graph it so you can see what this type of system would look like graphically. So remember, when you use elimination, your goal is to eliminate one of the variables. And that happens through addition or subtracting, which are both really the same operation. So you need to alter your given equations in a way that maintains their meaning but allows you to add them or subtract them from each other and eliminate something. So notice that this very first equation, our values are 4, -8, and 24. Well, those are all divisible by 4. So we can take that 4x minus 8y equals 24, and we can divide everything by 4. Because as long as we do the operation to all parts, it maintains its values. So we have x minus 2y equals 6. Now, look at the second equation. We have 6, -12, and 36. With that one, they have 6 in common. So what happens if we divide everything by 6? Well, we get x minus 2y equals 6. And now compare those two equations. They're identical, right? So if you didn't realize right away that those were identical and you set them up in order to use elimination, so we're going to subtract that second one. So this is actually the same as x minus 2y equals 6 minus x. I'm distributing that negative through, or the minus sign through, plus 2y and minus 6. So we have x minus x. Those cancel out to 0. Negative 2y plus a 2y, that's also 0. And 6 minus 6 is 0. Or we get 0 equals 0. This is what's known as an identity, because both sides are identical, just like we saw that those equations are identical. And whenever you have an identity or identical lines, you're going to have infinite solutions. Because when you graph these lines, since they are identical, they share every single point in common, or infinite points. So let's look at graphing one of those. So if we have x minus 2y equals 6, we subtract x from both sides. We have negative 2y equals minus x plus 6. Divide by negative 2. And the equation for our line is y equals 1/2 x minus 3. So we start by plotting that y-intercept of negative 3. And then we can use our slope of 1/2 to move up 1 and right 2. We can do that a few times to get enough points to give us a straight line. So this line would represent our first equation. And if we rewrite the second equation in terms of y equals to get that point slope format, we would have an identical line right on top of it. See how they're identical lines, and because they are one on top of the other, they share every single point in common. And there are infinite points along a line, so we have infinite solutions.